Hey, Christy.
Hi, Kelly. Are you talking into your mic today so it's not just me being loud?
I mean, I will. I can't promise it that I'll be at your volume, but I'll do my best. It's been a week. It's only Wednesday and I'm already like, can it be Saturday?
It feels like the longest week ever. It really does.
I think this is that weird window when you're like, it's kind of like waiting for vacation. You're like, oh my God, are we there yet? Can you imagine what it would be like waiting for retirement? 10 more sleeps. How many more sleeps do I have? 7,000 more sleeps. I'm ready.
I have a lot more than that unless I decide I want to be independently wealthy and make a shit ton of money, which would be nice. Let's do that. I think we should do that.
I mean, I think you can decide. I would like to be independently wealthy. It's the making it happen is the problem. The decision is easy. Woohoo! I'm here. Oh, what are we talking about today? Exhaustion?
Today we're going to talk about the fact that we're kind of too old to care, but we're too young to quit.
This seems like an appropriate week to be talking about that. Dear
On
Lord.
so many levels, right? So it's like, you know, I don't know. So much has changed about me in the past, especially this year. But over the last like decade, that when I look back at myself, I don't even really recognize that person at all.
Yeah.
On a lot of levels. I'm like, I don't know who this old bitch is, but anyway,
I mean, besides the mirror part of it, just even when you look inside yourself, you're like, I don't know. I do think I would love to take who I am inside my mind and my heart today and take her back like 20 years and be like, let's go play over there because I would bring a lot more to it. I'm at that age where I'm like, I refuse to argue with anybody who can't maintain eye contact during the conversation.
well, I love that. I refuse to argue with anyone, period. There are so few things that are worth it to me to like actually argue with anyone about. And I used to get even like last year, like I used to get like really passionate about things and like want to change someone's mind. Now I'm like, I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you think you, I'll think me. Like, it's not even worth the air in my lungs. Like, I'm just not here for it.
I think that would be the ultimate slap in the face. You are not worth the air in my lungs. I might like to use that in a meeting someday. This conversation is not worth the air in my lungs or the reverberation in my ears. I'm leaving.
You totally, it's a movie quote. So get ready
Ready?
for it. But it's from Billy Madison. Do you remember that
I
movie,
mean,
Billy
I know it's
Madison?
Adam Sandler movie.
And he goes back to school,
Yes, and he's
right?
like a full-grown man in like
Correct.
3rd grade or something.
Do you remember the point where the guy who's doing the quiz or whatever was like, it's something like, "That's the stupidest answer I've ever or anyone's ever given. You're awarded no points, and we're all dumber for having listened to you." I want to say that
We're
to
all dumber
someone
for
in a
having
meeting.
listened to you.
Like, just look at them, "We are all dumber now for having just listened to you." Especially the people that just wanna say what everyone else has said just in a different way. I'm
God.
just like, "Oh, that's what you t we everyone just said that. Can't you just say, 'I agree,' and not have to put your own."
Spin
That
on
is
it.
one of the things. So, today's topic, right?
Yes.
We thought last week we did Thanksgiving with a side of Chrissy bitching about football and marshmallow and yams,
Yes.
whatever. And also, is there a difference between a yam and a sweet potato?
No, but it certainly this whole candied yams was a hot topic on our feed after we posted about the marshmallow casserole. Listen, you can't just call it a casserole because it's in that kind of a dish. A casserole implies to me some sort of minimum requirement for the number of ingredients. But it's like candied yams and this is sweet potato casserole. The fuck it is. I do appreciate
I love it.
the people who said it was dessert in their house. I'm like, "Yes, because you put marshmallows on it." But I did, fun fact, share your information about it being from the American Marshmallow Company in 1917, and people were like, "What?" So, that was a interesting party favor you pulled up, Christy. Thanks for that one.
No problem. I can't tell you how many, packaged goods, they're the people that are like, come to you in marketing and say things like, "We need more use cases." We need our product to be used more than just outside of this window. So that would make sense. I mean, some it probably came from some marketers like, you know what we should do?
Yep.
Let's invade Thanksgiving.
That's
This is
invade
what we're gonna do.
Thanksgiving.
We're gonna become a classic Thanksgiving dish overnight.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the topic of this
Back to the
podcast
topic.
today,
Yes.
which is essentially we're in this magical middle zone,
Yep. We're
right?
we're in a
We're
sweet
both
spot.
considered are we middle age? Am I middle age? I'm only 46.
Well, I mean, you're middle age if
Love
you live to 92. I think middle age, technically, by the average lifespan of women, is closer to maybe 41 or 42. But we could say that we're in our prime if the job description of your prime is tired but talented. Is that middle age?
tired, talented. Well, we're also parents. I mean, I'm never
And
gonna be not tired again.
ticked off. Tired, talented, and ticked off.
And you are sassy.
I'm a little spicy. I'm coming in hot. I do think we're in this era of clarity, right? You're kind of like no longer too worried about impressing people with your words or your wisdom or your outfits. You're just like you get what you get.
And sorry, that's it. Like, I got nothing else. Going back to when I was younger, I remember big from a career perspective, like everyone's like, well, you have to add something or you shouldn't be in a meeting. I think that was the worst fucking advice I was ever given because it's a terrible, terrible advice because then you have everyone saying the same thing over
That's
and
how you
over
get
again
to that scenario. Yeah,
in different
exactly.
ways. So I am like, I agree. Sounds great. Perfect.
You're like, okay, all valid points, nothing to add.
And I'm gonna pass.
I am dumber for having spent the time listening to you
No,
or whatever
no,
sometimes.
no, not like that. I'm just saying, like, again, when I was younger, I feel like you had to, contribute and
Yeah,
contributing had to be vocally and it had to be on every call. And, I mean, it's very hard for me not to talk on every call.
agreed.
Sorry, I forgot to silence my notifications. And that was one of my sisters calling. Anywho,
Was it
okay.
Jenny? Dial her in.
It's Angela.
Angela. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Who
mean,
I'm
that's
gonna see this
risky.
weekend.
We have
Yeah, you never
weekend
know.
plans. You never know. I mean, you don't want to come in hot. It's like when I talk to most of my teams, if we're on, if I'm on speakerphone, like, if you have young people in earshot, you should give me a warning or have a safe word because I'm a swear on this call and I don't want to completely scare your children. Mommy, who is that? That's my boss.
Sorry.
Angela.
Angela's got
Angela's
hold on.
got needs.
Podcasting, Angela, leave me alone.
I do think we're in the sweet spot, though. I think 30-year-olds think that we're old, but 60-year-olds think that we're young. And we just know we're tired. But I think it is a good age, especially as a woman, because we talked about it before. You also get to a place where you no longer give any fucks. And so
Yeah.
that's a liberating place to be. You're unbothered by dumb fuckery. You know that you're very, well, in a lot of places, irreplaceable, right? You know that. And you know that you still have a lot of knowledge and experience. And so you can add relevance to a lot of conversations. And I think that's a really cool place to be. Layer on that you don't give any fucks. Now you're a bit dangerous. Let's break it down.
Okay.
Age thing at work. Let's start there. In your professional life versus say when you were in your 30s. And obviously, you have way more years of experience behind you today than you did 16 years ago. But how does it hit different at work for you right now than it did in your 30s?
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, I run my own company, so it's completely different. And I've had to wear about 1,020,000,000 hats, right? My role is so undefined. I place so much time in blue space and what if and should we do this and maybe I need to connect with this person, etc. But I think the biggest thing I've seen change in me is I used to have to win people over immediately.
Mm,
I'd come in hot, right? Like I gotta win you. I gotta win you right now. And I think I've slowly started to not feel the need to do that,
hmm
right? And to really just kind of have the confidence to be patient to let the conversation unfold.
Yeah. How did
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna ask, how was it that you won people over? What was your go-to move or approach? Like, how was winning people over done by you?
Well, so that's a very complex question, Kelly. That does not have an easy answer because I don't do it intentionally. Right? So I'm the middle of 9 and I came out of the womb negotiating.
Mhm,
So I have been dealing with other people's feelings my whole life.
mhm.
And I'm a person who likes connection. And it doesn't matter if I've known you for 30 seconds or if I've known you for 30 years. I want to, if you're someone on the street, like I'll connect with you. Usually it's I'll find within 30 seconds something to that we have in common. And I've made myself kind of stop doing that a little bit, even though we will connect by the end of the call,
Mhm.
but kind of I've always led so much with my personality first, and I think now I lead a little bit more with my wisdom, my contribution, right? I don't sacrifice the personality, okay? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
fucking
No.
anyone who's on a call with me is laughing at some point, but I think I have less desire to know that you like me versus you respect me,
Yeah,
if that's
I think I can relate to that a lot. My go-to is probably to find that common thread, and it can be in anything where you grew up or anything. And so your intro to new people starts there because I feel like that gives you the instant connection, and that's what you want when you end the call. But as I've gotten older, I realized that I can still get to the same outcome without having to lead with that. So they could sit because my personality is still going to come through in every way that I talk on the call. I mean, it is impossible for me to be somebody different and robotic and not actually have the same sort of flair. Am I going to swear? Yeah, probably. Like I'm going to make a connection with people without having to overtly find a common thread up front. So I totally understand where you're at because originally I would have thought that's too impersonal to like start there with a stranger and not actually try to seek a connection personally. But now it's like sometimes you can get right down to business and your personality will still shine through and they'll still come off the call going, that girl was wicked smart and really funny or whatever.
I mean, like I said, I'm like you. I mean, we both have giant personalities.
Mm.
And I think that's another thing too that has changed about me. And this is career-wise for sure, but also just in general. You know, I have a big personality. I'm going to be the loudest person at a football game. I'm going to lose my voice for 3 days and I'm probably this weekend I'm going to another nephew's football game. Probably won't be able to talk for a month.
So we
It's
should
gonna be fine.
cancel any plans for a podcast next week now.
No, we just have to do it later in the week so that I have my voice back, but, I'm so done playing small to make people feel comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
I am not an abrasive person, I'm not a mean person, I'm not a cruel person. I am loud, I am funny, I talk to random people on the street all of the time because I think that's just what life is about, and I'm kind of just done apologizing for I've always in my life, if I was just quiet or if I was just this way, and I'm like, "Man, fuck that, I'm loud." I have a big voice, you could hear me, when I yell, my nephew can hear me on the field, and there's a whole bunch of stands, so
Yeah,
a whole bunch of people in the stands, and so, I'm like, "God didn't want me to talk so much or why did he give me such a booming voice?"
exactly. And so many good things to say. I mean, I have to share.
I clearly have good things to say.
I definitely think that sassy personality that you were when you were 10 or whatever, when people would say it, "Oh, she's got moxie." And then you get into these age ranges where you're like, "Oh, I gotta tune it down a little bit," or you're directly told that by some people who you love or respect in your life, and, "Oh, I better dial it back." And then you come around the bend around 40-ish and you're like, "Oh, not sure that's true." And then you do enough times where you're being unabashedly yourself and nothing bad happens, or actually amazing things happen. And then you're like, you know what? I wished I hadn't stopped playing this big. I would have had a lot more fun over the last 3 decades, but here we are now. No.
Well, one of my friends of a long time, and he actually used to be my boss, he said, he told me once, he said, "My favorite thing about you is that you're committed to be unabashedly who you are." And I was like at first I was like, "Is that a compliment?" I was like, "That is a fucking hell of a compliment,
Yeah,
actually."
exactly.
But of course, I'm, like, questioning it. I'm like, "Wait, what?" I do have a funny story where I think one of the places I found my voice in, because I work agency now and I work from home and all those things, but agencies are corporate too, right? They're corporations. And especially now, I think like two of the biggest are remerging again. So everyone get ready to be screwed in your pricing. Just kidding.
There's
I
something to
didn't
look
say that
forward
out
to.
loud. Anyways, okay. So, but it was funny. I had a boss, because you're always trying to like, make your clients happy and make your bosses happy and make your peers happy. And, I'm just very much in the place of everyone's got to be good all of the time, which I no longer have to stay in that place. But I will tell you, I got this Dave Allen at the Richards Group. I was running Fiat and working on some Chrysler special projects. And he said to me, we were doing my review, and he's like, you know, you use too many exclamation points. And I just looked at him and I said, are you fucking kidding me right now? Exact words come out of my mouth. And he's like, yeah, it drives me nuts. I was like, Dave, I have been told many, many times how well I build relationships via email.
Yeah.
Find something else.
Yeah, my
That was just,
my choice of punctuation seems like the littlest thing that you should call out in my flaws.
I still talk to him this day and I always laugh, like, because he'll put a lot of exclamation point. He's retired now.
But
He'll
now he
put a lot
does
of
it to rub
exclamation.
it in.
Well, no, I'm just, I every once in a while I'll be like, remember when you told me not to use exclamation points? Laugh my ass off.
I would have just started using so many more in every message I ever sent to him just to annoy
I
him.
did.
Now that I know
I
you're
did.
counting.
I did, and I could just see his curmudgeon face, like, because he was in that phase where he's, like, really like, "I'm ready to fucking quit, I can't quite yet," like, he was, like, counting down the days to retirement, or a couple of years. I got a long way to go because I got young kids, and unless someone's gonna put these little shit asses through college, and
Not
I
so
don't
much
even
as
know.
I have found. No, I think we're we're definitely in an era of I don't give a fuck, but our bank balances are like do so or you best give a fuck. So we aren't done. Not at all.
But you know what else too has changed? And this is not necessarily not giving a fuck, it's just that what I have learned over the years is everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Like, I think the first time you ever experience a layoff or the first time, you're on a shoot and something goes terrible, like, thank God I'm not a doctor. And having worked with you on a heart business, thank God we are not on. Could you imagine
I mean,
some of
you
the
should all
marketing?
thank God we aren't cardiac surgeons.
Because,
Crisis averted.
like, I mean, like, people get so upset. They're like, "Oh my God." It's like, is no one's gonna die.
Well, in that business, they do. So,
Well, I know, but what I'm saying
oh, but
is,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're
I'm saying
in the
as a
regular world.
marketer,
Yeah, that is the
Kelly,
litmus test.
as a marketer,
Gotcha.
is there ever a time that, like, I fucked up, now someone's dead? No,
Not in marketing generally, no. Unless you
right?
somehow manage to get an instructions for use through without getting it caught by regulatory and somebody used it wrong.
But
Then
then that's
yes,
regulatory's fault, isn't it?
maybe. I like that. Deflect. Not my fault.
That's their whole job.
That is literally your
That's
day job.
your entire job. Your entire job is to make sure that what I say doesn't cause anyone to die.
Pretty sure you'd both end up in court though when the family sued your ass. So
Oh,
maybe.
don't you get indemnification or something? I don't know. I make clients sign that all the time. I'm like, any claims that you say that we can use, if we get sued, it's going to you,
It's on
buddy.
you. You
I ain't
be
paying for
realist.
it.
My
I am not
God.
paying for that. No, thank you. Okay, so we did the career edition, blah blah blah. We're both kind of over. I think we're both. It's safe to say we're over our jobs today.
Today is the day. I think you're just like, I fast forward my brain to Christmas, and then the rest of me is like, girl, you still got so much to do. So I'm trying to resist. It's making me feel like today is the 11th day of the week.
Well, the reason it feels like the 11th day of my week
Hmm.
is because I have had my foundation work done this week.
Oh, right. Ugh.
So I
Renos.
can I just tell you, this isn't even a reno. This is just shit that cost me a fortune that has to be done, and now I have to go downstairs and get new carpet, and I have to find a drywaller.
Oh,
But can
it's
I
a
tell you?
reno.
Well, it
Not
is,
in a
but it's a
fun
fortune.
way.
Not it's not a fun now we just patching up the mess they made. But, oh my god, I was not prepared. So they had me do a walkthrough today. Okay, and here's the thing to know about me is that there are some things I go really deep on, like, I really wanna know a lot about it, but, like, a lot of other things, I'll bid it 3 times, and then I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
They're like, "Let's do a walkthrough." And I'm like, "Of what? I have no idea if what you guys did was what you were supposed to do." "Yep, I see concrete drying
Yeah,
right there.
exactly.
Is that where it's supposed to be?"
I'm not a home inspector, nor do I play one on TV, so I give 0 fucks about what you just did, and you could be lying to me this entire time.
Well, the guys were so nice, but I've had 3 men in my house, not in a fun way, 3 men in my house for 3 days making incredible amounts of noise. Thank God I took Sunny I boarded Sunny. I was like,
Yeah,
"I cannot deal with
barking.
that dog having a nervous fucking breakdown and all of this noise." And so they're, like, tracking and it snowed here, okay? It's
Uh,
cold, it's snowy. I only have half my outside Christmas lights up because I refuse to go out there and finish it because it's too fucking cold. I know.
I
Don't
need
roll your eyes at me for
No,
anyone that
I'm
can't
just like,
see.
damn, I should have made a flight. I have to go to Orlando tomorrow. I'm like, could I have had a connection through Kansas? And just kind of like skirt or go hang up some lights for you. Because
That'd be really great.
your snow would have put me in the Christmas spirit. I would have been like, oh, I'm visiting it. Get me out of here.
Yeah, you're gonna get enough of that when you go back to Canada
I
and
know.
freeze your little ass off for a month.
I'm already planning how many jackets I need to pack.
Well,
Too soft.
I need anyway, so my week has felt like the
11
longest
days.
week
Yeah.
ever. And
Yeah.
then they showed me my backyard because they had to go in through the basement and the backyard. I shit you not, it is a mudslide.
Mudslide.
And I was not prepared, and, like, there's now these hills of mud right next to my house, and I was like, "So I just leave this here? Like, what are we?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, it'll settle in a couple months." I'm like, so they're like asking these guys are so sweet, but they're asking me to inspect it, and I'm like, all I'm looking at is the fact that my backyard is completely fucking destroyed.
Well, it's
I was like,
kinda nice it's this time of year, though, and not summer, I guess, because 'cause you're not gonna be in the backyard, really, are you?
"Sure." I mean,
Yeah.
I stay on my patio anyways,
Yeah.
but, like, I'm just like, it's mud. Like, I'm kind of afraid, like, and
Well,
then
springtime Christy is gonna be like, God damn it, this did not settle."
well, they'll come back out, I guess, apparently. I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean, you just reminded me about winter in your patio, and you remember what happened last year with the poopsicles. Not that I'm bringing up poop, it's dog poop, it doesn't count, but just remember that this year, do not use warm water to clean off your deck.
Oh, that was
Unless
so
you
gross.
That was the original podcast poop conversation, and it was all about dog poo, and it was fabulous.
I took Sunny out today to use the restroom, and,
To
of course,
use
she
the
does not
restroom.
listen, my dog's a lady, okay?
Okay.
She's she's got an anxious attachment style for sure. But anyways, and she just kinda looks at me and like,
What do you want me to do
"Bitch,
with
I
that?
ain't going down into that snow."
Oh, for the snow, not them piles of mud. Oh, Jesus, she did not shit right on the deck.
She sure as shit did. Right in front of me, and I'm like, "Well, that's fair." I mean, I don't wanna clean up your nasty ass paws because the whole backyard is mud, and I think they took part of my fence off. I don't know that they were supposed to put it back, but now I'm gonna have to get that repaired, and I'm just like so it's Wednesday, and it feels like, it's been the 4th Monday in a row, the week after
Mm.
Thanksgiving, and I still haven't managed to put on any pants that zip. So I'm not handling it very well.
You have not recovered from Thanksgiving. That's
No,
why you're solidly in your I don't give a fuck. We went from thankful to fuck it.
because I am super thankful. Why the fuck don't my pants fit? And I don't give a fuck.
And then we will kind of slide into the Christmas spirit where you're like, I love everyone. And then the new year will come and you're like, yay, new beginnings. And then by the middle of January, you'll go back into fuck this. What are we? I care not. And
Funny
remind
that you
yourself you're too young to quit.
it's funny that you put those things into seasons. That's how I feel in a given day.
Yeah, that's
I will
Tuesday.
cycle through I will cycle through all of those emotions in one day. I wake up, I'm like, "Fuck it." Then I'm like, "Hey, I have the best life ever." And then something happens. I'm like, "This fucking sucks." And then I'm like, "Oh, this is great." And then yay. And by the way, they did not clean up very well after themselves. Like they did a pretty good job, but I'm like, "Get a mop,
Inside or
guys."
outside or in?
Inside. Outside's just a big pile of fucking dirt. Like, I don't even know what to do, Kelly. I'm concerned. Where's my dog gonna go all winter?
Winter
This
on
is
your
sometimes
deck. That's a given. We just established that. Sunny's
this
like, you
is
gave me even more reason not to go down there. And there's no fence. So you'll be like, I can't let her down there. She's going to run away again.
this is where sometimes I'm just like, "Can somebody else be in charge?"
Yeah,
And as
exactly.
a single mom, I think it's really like, I've always been clearly I have a very dominant personality, but, I've handled the majority of the stuff, right? Like the mental load. We've
Yeah.
talked about this before. But, like, I literally today I was sitting in my kitchen, I'm like, "Fuck, if I don't do this, there's 0 other people that are gonna do this." Like, will not happen. Like, this house, my kids will wear dirty clothes, and I don't know what to do about the yard, and I'm just like, can I tag somebody else in? Like, can somebody else just,
Not it.
like, "Oh, wait, no, I'm the only one. I'm it all of the time."
I do remember the
So
first time I felt that, and this is a weird story, but I remember going into labor with Brady, my first child, and just respecting the amount of work that was about to happen to bring a human into the world. And there's all these people around, and I'm like, I have to do this. Just me. It's all me. No,
yeah,
thank you.
you're like, "Wait a
You're
minute."
like, no, not it. I don't want it.
Like, isn't there, like, a magic person that can just like an elf that can pop out of the wall? Can I tell you, speaking of Elf on the Shelf, did you guys ever do
Now,
that?
yes, fucking elf on the shelf.
So, I gave up, but guess who's not giving up? Presley. Presley now does Colton's Elf on a Shelf.
So cute.
Isn't that the sweetest thing ever?
Okay, I like that. As long as she
She wrote
doesn't
him a
like
note.
tell him and get mad at him and tell him. Oh, by the way.
Well, she probably will at some point.
Well, and
I mean,
and
like,
then the good news is
it's
you won't have to worry about it or feel guilty. It won't be
well,
you.
I wasn't feel like this gets into like let's get into the no bullshit era, right? Because I've gotten to a place where like I remember, I had kids late, so I had Presley at 36. I was just a few months shy of 40 when I had Colton, and I drove myself crazy trying to make everything fucking perfect, right? And I'll still slip into that sometimes. I feel like I'm seriously trying to heal my inner child by like giving my kids the best existence they can ever possibly ask for.
Yes.
Like, literally today, Presley, I picked her up from school, she goes directly to practice. Did I give her a sandwich on the way? No. I had cooked something and she had a warm meal on our way from right. So, anyways, there's don't shake your head at me, Kelly.
I am just it's equal parts and like the fuck are you doing?
I know, but like, I don't know.
I know
Anyways,
you're trying to curate this experience for them. As long as
but also,
you're not expecting it to be returned to you in kind because it may not. And then so don't get mad when it doesn't. But
you know,
it might.
I learned that a long time ago that, like, just because you treat people a certain way doesn't mean they're gonna treat you how you would treat you.
Mm,
And also, I think what that's led to in the no bullshit era is I have just people that just suck the life out of me. I had to go. Like, what are you bringing to my life? And not that I don't love you or not that I can't talk to you or whatever, but like the amount of emotional investment I would do in people that,
yeah.
like,
You were
do I even
trying to turn
respect
them
this
around.
person?
I do think that generally I'm like I can turn them around. I can show them a different way and they'll get on board and then they don't. But I do agree with you. You get to an age where you're like you're a drain on my mental and emotional energy and I don't have time for it. So like for the most part there are people that you can usually exit stage left from your life. Like no thank you. I have no time for those. Energy plusers, yes. Energy minusers, no, thank you.
No, hard no. And I mean, I have 2 that I can't get rid of, right?
Yeah.
Got Colton and Presley, and they're kind of energy drainers. I mean, but then, of course, they give back when they do, and it's, like, the best thing ever and whatever. I don't know. My daughter's in an interesting age, but whatever. I'm sure she'll be in an interesting age her entire life, and I will look at her all the time and go, "What in the actual fuck are you doing?" Which is probably what she does to me, and it's all gonna be fine. It's funny, so we talked about, like, quitting things and, like, retiring, but I don't wanna retire. I still have a lot of shit I wanna do. Like, I think the part I'm still hungry and maybe not physically, but from an ambition perspective, right? Like, I still want to do things. I still want to achieve. Oh, my light just went out. I have goals.
And goals and bad lighting. Goals
Hold
and
on.
more
I gotta fix the
shadows.
lighting. I don't have enough makeup on to, like, have this not be a lighting. By the way, Okay, so as I sit here and say I don't give a fuck, I had my lips done, last week. I
Yeah.
had them tattooed and the color.
Yeah.
And so I don't know when this color's gonna actually show up. I'll ask her tomorrow when
What
I'm
do you mean
getting my
show up?
eyebrows.
Like it's faded off or what do you mean?
Well, when you hold on one second. I got
I'm so confused.
things I still care very much about, lighting. I care
Lighting?
very much about
Yes,
lighting.
and skincare. And also, can we get some sort of like adult discount on our must-dos like Botox and whatever lip shit you got going on there? I think we should be able to write it off on our taxes.
Here's my goal. My goal well, I think especially because I mean, this face makes me money, people. I mean, wait, maybe it's not my face, but, I feel like all of those should be business
They
expenses,
should
right?
be business expenses. It's like me having to, because if I have to show up in a suit, otherwise I'm going to come in pajamas. Somebody should help me write off the suit, I feel. But
My accountant does not agree
yeah, I
with me.
know.
She's like, "No, Christy." There's so many things I'm like, "Yeah, but this affects." She's like, "No, you can't. Your Botox is not a write-off, nor is your." So, I got my lips.
Yeah, let's
I
go back
wanted
to this lip
Let's go back
thing.
to the lip. So, permanent makeup.
Okay.
So, I want to I'm gonna be high maintenance to be low maintenance, right? That's
Yeah.
why my lashes are done, because every 3 weeks I get them done for multiple reasons. 1, I have no real lashes, like, it's like I don't have any. 2, I squint a lot, and 3, I'm a crier because those emotional cycles. So, like,
Mhm.
if I wear mascara, it's just I mean, I'm gonna look like Kiss at some point during the day. And you're so not into me today, are you?
I'm like, I'm trying to understand why squinting has anything to do with your eyelashes.
Because if you have mascara on them. Anyways, so whatever.
Okay. You're gonna be having mascara bleeding all over your face in those scenarios, so I don't wanna wear mascara.
I don't wear mascara,
But
so I
I
have
also
fake lashes.
don't wanna look like a panda who lost the spots on their eyes. Okay, so
Well,
permanent makeup, eyebrows, eyelashes, now
so
we're
the eyebrows I'm getting done tomorrow.
amazing.
Those are not done. I've done them before, but it didn't stick.
Yeah, those ones they wear out and you're like, "Oh, God, do it
Well,
again."
I have a different person this time, and I really
Okay.
like her. But my lips, I got them done last week. I look like a duck for like 2 days, but apparently the color fades before it actually comes in. So right now I'm in the color faded part, so you can't tell anything.
I don't understand how that happens.
I don't either.
Is it like a skin turnover thing where like the dead skin sloughs off and then the colored stuff comes out because the tattoo is in the layers beneath?
Don't know.
You're
But
like,
tomorrow when I
"Sign
go to
me
get
up."
my
You think you're gonna wake up tomorrow though and just be like, boom, poof, beautiful lips? I don't
I
know.
mean, at some point I fucking better, or someone's got to
You're like,
explain me
otherwise,
the
why the hell
deal.
did I go through that? Because you did send me a picture of your very swollen, juicy lips when you had them done. I was like, whoa, girl, did you get filler? What the fuck?
No, I'm afraid of filler.
Me too. Not in your lips. Gross. Migration. No, thank you. Listen up, whoever's in my life who's doing it, and you know I don't love it. Don't love it. You know who you are.
I think everyone gets it now though. Like,
No,
I look
starting
around at
here.
women in, like, their 20s and 30s, and I'm like, "Why does everyone have lip filler?"
Just
Like,
think it's the look that people somehow like now. But here's, truly believe that that trend will pass. And then all of these hot dog bun looking lips are going to look like balloons that lost their air and are all crinkly, and you smoked 3 packs a day for 30 years. That's a very long description, but you understand what I mean. You know what I mean.
you're like, "If something has there has to be something that comes back, right?"
It's like 90s eyebrows. And the number of people now who are living with these tiny little eyebrows are like, "Motherfucker, I wish thin eyebrows was never a thing." The lip filler people are gonna be on the other end of this in 20 years going, "Oh, shit, I never should have done this."
I hope not, but kinda hope they do. I don't know.
It
That's
won't be
just
me.
bitchy.
It won't be me. I
It
don't
won't be
know.
it won't be me because
I just
after I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
after walking around with my lips swollen for 2 days, I was like, could you imagine having I was like, I couldn't imagine having a bad lip fill experience and actually looking like this for more than, like, 2 days.
Yeah. The odd time I try overlining my lips to see if you could do it to make your lips look fuller, and I feel like I'm one of those, like, Mr. Potato Heads or something with these giant lips that everybody must be staring at my mouth. So I can't imagine if I couldn't undo it. If I did it and you hated it, you're like, "I can't undo this." It would feel like I had my chiclet in my teeth again. Like, that's all you're looking at is
God,
my
I
chiclet.
forgot about the chiclet. The chiclet.
The things that I love about having a podcast are going back on the clips of the podcast, and it's like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that."
You know what's scary is I always say that, like, I'm so grateful there weren't cell phones, like, weren't rampant when I was in college and, like, you weren't videoing everything.
Yeah.
I wonder if in 20 years I'm gonna look back on this podcast and be like, "Mother effer,
I wish we
Christy.
didn't podcast about that.
Maybe you should have had a bit more," but then I'm like, "Eh,
Maybe, but probably not,
probably not."
because I'm like, "Nah, it's not a podcast of us talking in our 30s." I'm not in this age. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here for it." Maybe we should take this to turn into, like, advice. You were talking a couple of podcasts ago, we were talking about what you're selectively choosing to do. Like, as we get into the holiday season, you're declining things or more appropriately selecting what things you do want to participate in. I think at this age, it's not so much about caring less, it's about caring selectively. It's not that I give zero fucks about anything, but there are a lot of things that I used to care about that I'm now like, nah.
Okay. So before we get into the advice part, can we
Yeah.
do our list of things that we no longer care about? Because I wrote mine down.
Okay. Hit me with it.
Here we go. I want to do the lady from the We Do Not Care Club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Get
Melanie.
my highlighter. Let me get my notebook out here. I love her. She cracks
You
me
need
up.
14 pairs of glasses, your notebook, your markers.
Shit, Kelly, the other day, I moved my phone back so I could read it. I've had perfect eyesight my entire life. I am choosing to believe that was just something I'm afraid. I'm very afraid at this point. I've never had to have glasses or contacts or anything, but I think my vision might be going a little bit.
I don't know what to say to you other than welcome.
Great. Next thing you know, I'm gonna take out a flashlight in nice restaurants so I can
Me too. I was just like out with some girls at Joey's in Newport, and it was nice dim lighting. And I'm like, "Excuse me, a quick second. I'm gonna turn my flashlight on so I can read this menu."
No, you didn't.
I did. I'm gonna add that to the top of my I don't care list.
Okay. Things Christy doesn't care about anymore, or things Christy used to care about but doesn't anymore.
Yes.
Okay. Being liked by people she doesn't even respect.
Okay.
Okay. That's a big one. Explaining herself. I don't want to explain myself anymore. Matching energy with people who bring zero energy.
Yes.
We already kind of talked about that. But keeping the peace at my own expense. Meaning, I will eat shit with a knife and a fork as long as everyone else is happy. Like, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't really care. You guys want to fight? You want to be assholes? Go be assholes. I'm not dealing with it anymore. I already referenced this one, but making myself smaller, so that, well, physically, I mean, I'm always on a diet. It's my life. I'm always on or off a diet. But no, but keeping myself small so that others can feel big. I keep quiet to avoid conflict.
Mm.
Mm,
So
and I don't.
let me just
I'm not going to do that anymore.
you keep your opinions to yourself when you think it's going to create conflict, or when there is conflict, you keep quiet to stay out of it, or both.
So I think a selective understanding of what needs to be talked about and what doesn't. Right.
Okay.
So I will talk about topics, right? And I'll argue all day with people, or I used to. But what I wouldn't address is something that was hurting me.
Okay.
Right. So now we don't give a fuck if it's going to cause conflict. If it's bothering Christy or hurting Christy, it gets dealt with at some point. Pretending I'm low maintenance.
You're not, yeah, you're like owning my maintenance schedule and fees.
I am not low maintenance. There's nothing about me that's low maintenance. I can't even order. Like, I can't ever even go to a restaurant and just point to one thing. I have to change it somehow. Okay. You've seen me do this.
I have seen you do this and actually in the nicest yet most bold way. Christy is like unacceptable. Get me this. And you don't say it like that at all, but you end up with what you wanted. Because remember, you wanted sake
Give
when you
me
were here. You wanted sake. We were at the Japanese place, and you wanted sake, and they're like, "We already gave you last call. It was 5 minutes ago," and you basically were like, "Right, okay, but you have sake, right? I'd like it cold." Like you said it in such a like she just, "Oh, yes, ma'am," and she went and got it. I was like,
light
how
again.
did you do that? You're light again.
Oh,
You still look beautiful. Don't worry about your light.
you're so kind because I just don't feel very beautiful because I'm whatever. Let's see. Waiting for permission. I don't care. I'm
Yes.
not doing that anymore. Saying yes out of guilt. I am no longer going to say yes out of guilt. Fuck that. I'm moving on.
How many times do
No
you
guilt.
think you said yes out of guilt? And was
One
there
billion.
was it always about your kids, or was it always related to something specific?
It's about, I think it's everything, right? So I hate saying no because I feel like when I say no to somebody, it sends them a message that I don't care
Okay.
about them, right? So it really, or like, I should go do this, I should go do this, and I'm just not doing that anymore. And my yeses motivated by guilt are about, there are a lot of them, been a lot of them. I'm also a yes person though, so like if you say, "Hey, do you wanna go do this?" My answer is usually yes.
Yes. Okay.
And then I, have to sit in my room for days afterwards because I
You have to unwind
overcommitted.
from it. Okay.
Fixing people that don't wanna be fixed. I will no longer try to fix people that don't wanna be fucking fixed.
I like it.
Period. We don't have to go explore that anymore.
No more words needed.
Over explaining why I left. Period.
Not required. Not being provided.
Of any situation.
Yep.
Marriage,
Irish
job, I don't care.
Irish goodbye. No apologies needed.
Let's see. What else? I think that's it.
Okay. You want mine?
Yeah, hang on, let me just make sure I got all of the ones because now yeah, those are the big ones.
I think we're gonna have some common things if I had to list out.
Staying silent to protect someone's ego.
So you're not going to stay silent to avoid conflict or keep somebody from feeling put out.
Correct.
Nice.
Because I don't give a fuck. If you have an
Exactly.
ego, like, check your especially when it comes to work,
Yeah.
check your ego at the door.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm wrong all the time.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But,
Exactly.
like, I'm not gonna sit here and be quiet because 'cause you're dead ass wrong and you're gonna like,
You're
we're gonna have to go walk this whole conversation back when it doesn't hurt your ego.
Yeah. We have to mind your feelings. Not gonna mind your feelings.
Alright, let's hear yours.
Okay. So number one, I think proving that I belong in the room. At this point, I think if I'm in the room, I belong there. And if somebody else is confused about that, that sounds like a you problem. That's number one. Number two, I would say following somebody else's career roadmap. I think I've done the corporate thing and I've done the play by the rules thing, and it's a hard pass on performative professionalism. It's like, this is it.
What does performative professionalism mean?
It's that corporate shower you talk about, that drone shower where we are just like, yes, this is exactly how we're going to do this and the only way that this can be done. Now, fuck it. I can swear and be effective and I can
And
be
God forbid we have any fucking fun at work.
exactly. So that would be performative professionalism, in my opinion. Shrinking my personality to make other people feel comfortable. We talk about that. I think we have that in common. Asking permission to be bold. I think the plot twists are usually better than the original plan anyways. So if it's, you're not sure that's the right way, are you sure you should do it that way? Trust the twist, I think is my point. I'd say pretending that I'm not ambitious. I do want a big job and a big life and a big podcast, and I'm not going to be quiet about that anymore, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be ambitious. I'm not going to feel guilty about it.
I mentioned that earlier, but I didn't have that on my list, but
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I
why
think
not?
I think the other thing, and it doesn't happen so much now as it used to, but explaining my lifestyle to the people who don't get it. I travel, I can work from anywhere, I can podcast on the road or work on the road. I bring my dog with me and we drive because we don't want to fly. Like, yep, I'm not explaining. Next question.
So I can work while getting my nails and toes done because I'm
Exactly.
also thinking about the presentation I have to write and it's up
Exactly.
there marinating. So I work all the time. It just maybe is not me sitting at a computer typing.
Yep. Yep. And similar to what you were saying before, I would say like minor chaos isn't going to wreck my day. It's all going to figure itself out. So we podcasted and we had production issues and whatever. No big deal. We'll get there. I'm not going to spiral. It's just going to be like, yep, okay. Naturally moving on. And then I think probably the last one is being nice.
Wait, hold on.
But here's let's put some framework around that. I am kind. I am direct. I am honest. But nice is replaced by I know who I am. So I can be kind, not nice. That's probably where I'm at.
Hey, wow, that's damn.
See,
Okay.
it doesn't
Ow,
sound
I'm kind
nice.
of scared of you
I
right
got
now. I'm not gonna lie.
not all Canadians are nice. I am. I'm very kind. I don't have to be nice. Some of those things you were talking about, I'm not going to be quiet to spare someone else's ego. I'm not going to be quiet to avoid conflict. You're doing that to be nice, to be liked
Liked.
and appreciated in the room. And you're just like, I'm not going to do that anymore. That's what that means. I can say these things and I can be kind about it, but I don't have to be nice about it to spare your feelings.
So funny, the difference between being nice and kindness. So I want to be polite and kind.
Hmm.
Nice feels very like I am polite and I am kind. Like kindness, I think is something much deeper, right? It's where we like, kind of treat everyone like they have a broken heart because they do.
Yeah.
But the nice being nice. I'm not a mean girl. That is for damn sure because I'm kind.
Yeah.
But like this have to always be smiley, always happy with what everyone's doing, especially like when it comes to work and things. Cause like if you just play nice all the time, you're not contributing.
I think you think of niceness as a performance where you are being nice to manage people's expectation, their comfort levels, what they think about you. So it's a performance. Kindness is integrity. It's who you are. It is authenticity. It is like your soul. Those two things are very different. If you're newly divorced, I am a divorced person. I have had to be nice lots of times. It's not what I wanted to be, but I was being nice. I was performing niceness. Even though I wanted to just really have an honest conversation about what was going on, but that wasn't going to serve in the moment. So I was being nice. I didn't like it. Now I'm like, I don't need to be that anymore. My kids are grown. I can say what I want and say it with kindness and not worry about your feelings getting hurt. And if they do get hurt and you bring it to me, I will apologize for things that I said that hurt your feelings. Maybe not for the words I said, but for how it made you feel. If that wasn't my intention, unless I meant it, in which case I will not apologize.
Well, I am still in the co-parenting
Yes.
world
So you have to
of
be
small
nice more often than you
children.
share. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, it's like it's kind of being an asshole actually takes so let's talk about performative, right? Being a asshole is harder for me than being nice.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
it
From a
yes.
performative perspective.
Yes. Yes, sure.
Like the default setting is
Not
nice.
yeah, your default setting is not asshole. My default setting is not asshole either. But it's like one is about avoiding discomfort and one is about just being very clear in that scenario, right? Being nice is avoiding whatever argument or escalation was going to happen in that situation. Being kind is saying, hey, listen, this isn't about you and I. This is about our children, or this isn't about how you feel about me. This is about what we need to do to plan for Presley's graduation, like whatever the scenario is going to be. Those two things are very different. I think that if you look at niceness is kind of being passive. You're just like, everybody feels good. And kind is being courageous. You're like, hey, everybody doesn't feel good in here right now. Let's talk about this.
I think I'm not the person you want to use as an example.
You're like, pick something else. I'm going to lose my
I'm like,
shit in this room.
what?
I'm neither of those things.
No, I'm just like I have a very different
You
situation than
do.
I think
You
a
have a
lot of
different
people do,
you're
unfortunately.
playing with different players than I had to play with.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. Do you remember the
We could do
movie?
a whole player podcast,
Yeah.
okay?
Let's do a cast of characters podcast. Today, playing the villain. Do you obviously, I'm going to make a movie reference, brace yourself. Do you remember watching
Hold on.
the War of the Roses, the original?
Ah, fucking love that movie.
Did you watch the new version, The Roses? That's on, I want to say Prime TV?
No. Is it good?
Yes. So the dad in the movie is Benedict Cumberbatch.
I have no idea. Who the fuck is that?
Is
Hold on. I have to Google
Here,
this.
let me show you a picture of him.
Well, because I probably can't spell it. So can you
Okay,
just, yeah.
yeah, that's fair. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of him. Okay.
The War of the Roses, my favorite scene, I think, in that whole thing. Oh, yeah. He's
Okay.
cute.
British actor. He's done a ton of movies. He's brilliant. He played Sherlock Holmes in a series called Sherlock. He was brilliant in it. His wife is Olivia Colman, also British actress.
Oh, yeah. I like her.
And then there's other, like Kate McKinnon from SNL is on it. There's Andy Samberg is on it. There's a bunch of recognizable actors in it, but they're the couple that are like going through it. Oh, it's so good, Chuck. They're being neither kind
Whenever
nor nice. They're just like, it's excellent.
I've
You're going to love
seen
it.
people get divorced living in the same house, and I'm like, how the fuck did you do that?
I did live with my soon to be ex husband for a number of months when I was waiting for my first apartment. It was not optimal, but it wasn't bad. We never, no, it was more probably sad than mad, right? Because you're one person is very hurt and the other person is trying to pretend that the other person's not hurt. And I was the latter. So it was probably easier for me than it was for him. I was the one leaving. He was the one very hurt. So I think it was probably harder for him to see me there than it was for me to be there. Yeah.
Copy. I now understand. For the Roses, though,
Yeah.
that last scene where he puts his hand on her and she throws it off. But you know what's so funny is I have to go back and watch that movie now because I've now been divorced twice from the same guy. We will not be doing it a third time. Let me just go ahead and clear that up. But like, I haven't seen that movie in so long. I should go
You should.
watch it because you can, like, people can become really fucking unhinged over
Dumb
nothing.
stuff. Well, I mean, go look up the version of it that's out now because I think you'll really like it, and then you can go back and do a comparison. Let me see, where is it actually? Where did I watch it? I want to say I
I don't
watched
know.
it. I feel like I watched it on Prime TV, but it was
I'll find it. Don't you
yeah.
worry.
It was
You don't
really
worry
good.
your pretty head.
You will really enjoy it. They did a great job. It is very well done for sure. And it's not a carbon copy at all of the original, but I mean it ends the same. But
Don't tell me about the ending.
no. It was
What's
really
the
good.
name of that? I mean, Michael Douglas, I love him. What's her name? Kathleen Turner.
Kathleen Turner.
God, I fucking love her. And you know what I love about her so much? And I think because I've always had a deep voice.
Mm.
And
Well, yeah,
my
she
mom
has
has
that
a deep voice.
raspy husky.
She's got that raspy. And so when I was little, because I had a deep voice. I've had a deep voice my whole life.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing being like, oh, she's feminine and she's pretty and she's got a deep voice.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how just like how, I mean, I'm sure Kathleen Turner wouldn't care one way or the other, but like she actually fundamentally made me look at myself differently because, oh, you sound like me,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
And you're beautiful and you're talented and you're amazing. I love her so much.
Yeah,
Love
she
her.
is good.
Oh, I'm going to go have to watch that. Maybe not tonight because I'm tired because my kids have this whole fucking thing where they won't stay out of my bed. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening.
They might be trying to cuddle in, it's winter, or they're getting into the Christmas spirit and they don't know how to sort of explain that feeling of wanting to cozy up with people. So take it as a win.
I do take it as a win. Presley will go like pass it on the other side of the bed, but Colton is still at the age that he like does circles in bed. You know when they like
the dog does or the cat before they get comfortable.
you get your and you wake up
Yeah.
to being punched in the back of your
Yeah,
back
or
or
an
your
ass in your
like
face.
knees.
Yeah, Emery was a sweaty helicopter. Sleeping with her was like, dear Christ.
He is a sweaty little helicopter.
Yeah.
And then I'll try to gently because I have a king size bed, right? So he's been getting in there at like 3 a.m. And so I'll gently as he fall, which is like the worst time for me because now I'm fucking awake.
You're like, now
And now I'm worried.
my brain's got ideas.
Now I have ideas, and now someone has to go execute on these ideas. And guess what?
It's you.
It's me. Like, damn it. Doesn't have to be me. But no, like, so he gives me like no space. and I'm trying to like push him over. And he's like, "You have all the room, mommy." And I'm like, "I've got a sliver of space in this massive bed." And, I'm like, I'll cuddle with you all day, but once I'm ready to go to sleep, get the
The
fuck
fuck
away
away
from
from
me.
me. That's
And that applies to everyone. That is
It's
not
true.
just
I'm the
my
same way.
kids.
Cuddle, cuddle, yay, great. Get the hell off me for sleep, especially when you get to a certain age where you're trying to monitor your temperature. And it's like, please do not add to my temperature by giving me your temperature. My Andrew likes to like come cuddle close, but he brings a pillow with him. So he creates kind of like a moat situation and it gets pushed closer and closer to my side. So, and then I've got the dog who's at my feet. So I'm basically operating in like the top right quadrant of an eighth of my bed. And these two motherfuckers are like, life is grand. I'm like, don't mind me. I'm over here sweating, trying to eke out a tiny inch of blanket and also not get a cramp.
Also, don't let your dog sleep in your bed.
That's just bullshit. I mean, that you say that. Sleeping in your. I'm going to start sending you studies about how women should actually sleep with dogs instead of men. It's better for their system. True
That's
story.
not
Here,
happening.
internet, do your thing. Watch this
No.
clip. I'm going to make it a clip. And then the
So
internet, please send Christy all of the proof she needs to believe with her soul that she should sleep with her dog because it's good for her health.
it's not going to these are shit that's not going to happen, Kelly. Like, hold your breath if you want, but you'll be dead.
And then the podcast is definitely over. No,
Irreplaceable.
exactly. Okay, we got to
Although
wrap this
today
up.
you've been feisty as
I am
fuck.
feisty. I'm still irreplaceable, just spicier. Let's do a close because we're coming up on the hour and you have to go get your daughter. Golden age of I don't give a fuck. We are basically too old to care about the small stuff. Right?
Amen.
Yeah. Too young to stop doing the big things. I think
Yep.
we might be in the sweet spot.
Okay, well, look at it. That's a very positive look on it.
So you're
I
going to
think.
say this it's a danger zone. It's not the sweet spot, it's a danger
Well,
zone.
I mean, I think it's a powerful place to be.
Agreed. It's just
I think there is nothing more it's exhausting. There's nothing more powerful than a woman who doesn't really give a fuck. Like, here's the deal. I'm me, you're you. It's all gonna be okay.
Consider
If you go
this our official application to the I Don't Care Club.
Well, yeah, we should send her a note.
I am just being Melanie. We're here for you. We're the virtual podcast edition of the We Do Not Care Club.
Kelly, you have scared me today. I'm a little afraid of you. Okay, on that note, everyone have a great week and try to find your sweet spot, whether it's in the bed or not giving a fuck or wherever it is that you're at.
Like, follow, share, and don't be afraid of your podcast co-host.
Although sometimes she's a little scary, like right now. Your eyes are also especially green with that jacket. So like, you don't even like your yellow eyes are like now
Extra
your
green.
hazel eyes.
My hazel
green.
eyes
Okay.
are green and okay.
Like, share, follow. Talk
to
soon.
you.
Bye.
Bye.